Hi guys, this is Patricia from Yarny Cat Crochet. As sort of promised, I want to do a late night knitting chat, although it's not very late. But by the time some of y'all get this, it would be in the middle of the night, and so some of y'all are going to get it early in the morning, and some of y'all are going to get it closer to late night than not. But anyway, I got my Reese cup, and it matches the, even though I didn't do that on purpose. I just have a bunch of cups that I like to use. Most of them are either, which I'd rather have the wide, shorter ones, but some of them are tall, which makes them a little wider to get enough coffee or tea in me to make a difference. And then you see my black kitty cat? He's peeking at you. I can't remember where I think my mom probably got it for me. That's probably where it came from. She'll tell me. I like his eyeballs. They're so cute. But yeah, I just I'm gonna work on in a minute after we chat a little bit. I'm gonna work on my grandma's shawl because I really need to get it. Excuse me, my mouth is getting dry. I really need to get it finished because her birthday was the 18th. So yeah, I'm gonna have to add some chocolate in with the present. I also have her a book. She likes to do those calming coloring books. I have one that I bought a while back ago with birds, but we got to be careful because she's 86 and getting around her too much is not good. But then again, she's 86, and if you don't get around her enough, you don't get to see her. So balancing that out is like walking a tightrope. This tea is Black Metallic by August Uncommon. It has that I wish I'd have brought the package over here to talk about it. It's the blackberry and elderberry, I believe. Yeah, that's this one. Oh, so good. This is a not what's in my cup episode, so I'm not drinking a new one. But I tell you, it tastes awesome. I'm gonna sit down because I'm sure y'all don't want to sit and watch me drink tea. So I got that last prize, which should have been the last video y'all saw, and I'm gonna take that yarn that I got from there and put it in this bag to keep it safe until I start using it for a project. I was thinking about a shirt because it is cotton, and when I start doing that, oh, and look, you guys, woohoo, center pull, yay! You know how much I love that. But anyway, yeah, you guys saw it in the last video, but it's Sugar Wheel Cotton Solids Yarn Bee. Angie Bell paid $174 for it, and it was normally $6.99. So sorry about my voice, but it's fall and allergies. But yeah, it's called tangerine, but I'd call it a cinnamon or a rust. But anyway, I thought putting them down in this bag will keep any dust off of them. We don't have to worry so much about the cat hair anymore, since Yoda's passed, but we still have a dog. And her fur don't tend to travel, but best to keep everything safe, and these are perfect for that. And then when I start my project with them, well, they'll all be in the project bag already. Storage tip. Yeah, and I also want to start one of these blankets at some point. I really like that one. It's very pretty. I don't read patterns is my problem, but if I look at the pictures of the patterns, I can see what somebody's done and work it out in my head. I have got to get a not necessarily a pattern, but an idea of what granny square we're going to do when we do the crochet along in January. because I want to get that all that information up a month ahead of time so that you guys can have a chance to get your supplies or, you know, whatever. And it's not going to be a strict regimented crochet along. I'm not going to say I'm not smart enough. I'm just not with it enough. I'm not super organized. So so it will be an easy 3-color, whatever colors you guys pick out, and you can mix and match them however you want. I will do try to do a good tutorial, you know, like looking down tutorial, so you guys can see what I'm doing with my hands on the actual granny square. And also, like, the numbers of granny squares you're going to need are going to vary with what project you're going to make. I'm going to do a lap blanket. I thought I was going to do a bed, but you know, blanket for the bed, but I was like, no, I think I'm going to do a lap blanket, because anybody can use a lap throw, you know, make it long enough, but anybody could use a lap throw for their couch or their chair. Or if you just want an extra blanket in your night and your partner does not want an extra blanket, then you could throw that one on top of you, and, you know, everything's still copacetic. Nobody's too hot or too cold. I'm the one that throws off the blankets, but I think that's just a trait of being heavier set than my husband. He's really skinny, and I'm heavier set, so he gets cold. But anyway, so yeah, it'll be like 5 or 6 squares, depending on how big the square ends up turning out, wide, and then so many tall. And that's going to vary between, you know, there's ladies that are taller. I'm 5'2" and shorter than that because tendons and stuff being shrunk up a bit, so I don't stand fully tall. So it won't be 5'2" for me, you know, my height. More like 5 foot, so it's going to be shorter than that for me. So, you know, it's going to go on your dimensions basically, but we'll all be doing it together. I have an email for my channel, and y'all can send pictures to that, or if you know how to use the messenger in Instagram, I think you can send pictures in the message in Instagram if you want to show me your progress. That'll be, I can't promise, but I might do a live at least to get everybody who wants to do that, join the live. And yeah, I can't promise how that's going to turn out. It sounds like a hot mess to me. I don't know how other people do it, but I've joined a lot of them and talked in the chat. You know, I've never like got up there and joined it, and I'm not going to be able to do that StreamYard stuff, not yet. I'm too new. It's too soon. But yeah, I've only been on well, I've had YouTube for like a really, really long time, but my channel is only 2 months old. And I'll give you guys a little bit of facts just in case you're curious. Let's see here. Where is it? Analytics. Okay, so let me find it. Well, content, audience. I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't mean for it to be this boring. I've got 13 to 17-year-olds. I have 2.4% of that. 18 to 24-year-olds, 17.5%. 25 to 34-year-olds, I've got 27.8%. 35 to 44 is 22.7%. 45 to 54 is 15.4%. 55 to 64 is 9.5%. And 65 and plus is 4.8%. So I pretty much run the gamut of viewers. And 81.3% of my viewers, according to YouTube, are male. So that's pretty cool. 18.8% female. That's the ones that I guess said what their gender was. I mean, not everybody does. Everybody has their own thought on that. So yeah. So I mean, you're just going by the analytics that's on the YouTube. Oh, see my kitty cat. That's Little Bub, a cartoon version of him. LittleBub.com if you want to donate to some cats in need so they can get their surgery. And this is just a kitty, or I mean, it's a regular sticker from the coffee shop where I go get my coffee. It says caffeinated and stuff like that in it. But anyway, that's some pretty cool numbers. I'm very small. I have, hold on, let me see if I can get to my, I have 256 subscribers. That's pretty cool. Getting close to 300. I mean, I started 2 months ago, so that's pretty nice. I have like 400 watch hours, but the watch hours that count, hold on, because they don't all count, like your shorts don't count, but, okay, here we go. The 305 count. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get my watch hours up. I made some playlists and stuff, so. Well, that's just a little bit of facts, whether you wanted to know them or not. Hopefully, if you got bored, you just skip through that part and you're gonna watch the rest of it. So I got my grandma's shawl. I had to, it was that frilly one, you guys, with the blue and green color. I didn't like it. So I frogged it and I started over, but I didn't want to show you until I had gotten enough done for it to be worth showing. Get my crochet hook out here. So what we're working with, I'll get the whole thing out. This is something I won in a previous giveaway of Angie's. Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel. She paid $1.75. It was originally $6.99. 7 ounces, and it's Parisian macaroon, which it really looks like those bright colors of macaroons that you'd get at an Italian pastry shop, or French pastry shop, sorry. Not Italian. You might get them in Italy. I don't know. I've never been. But, yeah, Parisian macaroon's the color name. But, I mean, that's a pretty hefty amount of yarn. And I've used, I mean, I wound it all up in a ball, and I made the ball pull string. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the middle. I made the ball pull string so I could keep pulling it out. It was pretty cool. One of these days, I'll show you guys how to do that. Some of you probably already know. It's pretty easy. But this is the bottom part that got unwound. But it's squishy because I've already pulled some out of the middle. Because I did this much work on it. Let me show you. Get it where it's open. But yeah. Well, first of all, let me show you what it looks like. I don't know if you can see very well. The colors are just a little bit darker. I think we're getting like a sunset kind of tinge from the camera. But like this blue is a pretty dark blue, and but the other colors look about right. So yeah. So what I did was I couldn't tell you how many because I didn't count, but I did enough chains so it would go from fingertip to fingertip with a little bit extra because I want to make sure my grandma's shoulders are covered. That's where I've started, where I've ended. But I did a row of single crochet. That's that bottom row right there. And then I did V-stitch, and then I did single crochet, V-stitch, single crochet, V-stitch. So I guess you'd call it a 2-row repeat if I'm doing it right. But yes, so it's all double crochet except for the single crochet in between the V-stitches. So single crochet after you chain as many chains as, you know, how wide you want it. You go through and single crochet the first row, or do that fancy thing where they do the stitch and the single crochet at the same time. That's not me. And then after you do the single crochet, you do a V-stitch row, and after the V-stitch row, you do a single crochet, and you just, like a layer cake, you just, you know, keep going. And I think it kind of looks like little baskets. So I'm going to call it the flower basket shawl or fruits basket shawl. There's an anime called Fruits Baskets. I've never seen it, but I mean, I've seen it at the Books A Million, but I don't know what it's about. But anyway, this is not after that anime. I'm going to get this set where you guys can actually see me crochet, because who wants to just watch me talk? Nobody. All right, let me see if that shows up in there now. A little bit. And so yeah, so I got to get this done and get it over to her. She had 9 children, 5 boys, 4 girls. My dad, the oldest child, and one of the 5 boys, and I am the oldest grandchild. And we've got so many numbers change, you know, yearly, but she has tons of grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and we have a huge family, multi-ethnic family. If you've watched some of my other videos, I tell you all about my family and just the rainbow of ethnicities, I guess you'd say. So I have a lot of cousins from a lot of different places, and it's really neat. Special. We have a special family. And we have get-togethers and stuff. They're doing a fall get-together for the kids. You know, cookies and stuff like that at my aunt's house. So you guys can't see. I kind of wish I was on chat right now so somebody could say, you're down too low. But I don't know how I would do a chat, because you have to be able to read it, you know, so I don't see, it might have to be on an episode where I'm just showing things that I made rather than knitting or crocheting. But if y'all want, you can get out your crochet or knitting. I should have said that at the beginning of the video. And work on a washcloth or something while we're just sitting here watch me crochet. I'll do some washcloth knitting, late night knitting vids maybe, where I can just mindlessly do that and then talk. But yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on. We thought my stepmom was going home from the hospital. 2 days ago it started, and then they never did let her go, and today she's still in there. So the problem is my dad will have to be at work, and we can't get up there because my husband's at work. I don't drive, so I mean I can, but I just, you know, if there was to be an accident or something and I couldn't react fast enough, somebody may get hurt, so I don't drive. I'm capable, but I probably shouldn't. So I haven't been able to get up there at the hospital, and so she's the only person that's getting to talk to the doctor, and she's not quite really with it right now. So we're not getting any, oh, sorry guys. We're not getting any information. I told my dad, I said, he's squirrel-brained as well. I told him, I said, you need to call the doctor's office and pin him down on the details and tell me so I can quit worrying. um, we get up there when we can, and then by that time the doctor's already gone. So, anyway, her granddaughter from a previous marriage, it's her granddaughter, blood, but she had her before my dad came along. She's supposed to be coming up today and sitting with her and stuff, so that will be good, less worry. But she's doing like loads better. She's getting proper nutrition, because it actually can get down there. They put a feeding tube in her stomach so she can get her food properly and not choke and stuff. So, and she has more energy, and so that's great. That part is good. Yeah. So anyway, then besides that, today the power went out, and my first thought was, did I pay the bill? Because everybody's struggling with that. But no, it was a transformer, I guess, blew, and they had to fix it. The good thing is we're on the same road as the school, and the school has big refrigeration units, and they have to make sure that keeps going. So we usually get our power back on fairly quickly. The only time we lose power usually is in a storm, and then there's so much that the people can't keep up with, so then that takes a little bit longer. But it was only about, I want to say an hour and a half, they got it back on. So, well, really not much going on. I visited 2 lives today, which is a record for me. I went to Ursula's from OM Granny Square, and that was a lot of fun. And then I took a little break in between, had a coffee, and then got into Angie Bell's yarn party, and that was a lot of fun. Oh, somebody got some beautiful yarn from the giveaway today. She does giveaways during her lives, and it said it was a fall color, but it had different colors of pinks and purples and stuff in it. It was beautiful. There was a couple different ones I had my eye on. But it wasn't me. Sometimes it's not you. You just gotta let it go. I won't start singing that song. I'll get a copyright strike. Don't need any of those. I'm on my way to fulfilling all the requirements. I got a long way to go. But, I can't expect it all to happen overnight. But yeah, so my guys decided to go do something, so I was like, light bulb, I will crochet. So we all really did a really good job with the giveaway, and I can't really announce it because I'm sure she's going to do an announcing video, but let's just say we made a little dent. And things happen, and you're just gonna have to wait for her video. But anyway, so she, by she I mean Erin from at Crafting Kitty. She told me she would like to help with the giveaway since it was sort of for her. Well, it was for her, but I mean, I was the one doing the giveaway part, but she wanted to match what I was doing. So she's also, so there's going to be 2 winners. I think I told you guys that, but if I haven't, now you know. There's going to be 2 winners, and each one is going to get a digital gift card. And for those of y'all that are over across the pond, not in the U.S., will get an Amazon from your country. That is, if I'm able to get one for your country. If not, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. I'm not going to let my friends from overseas or across the pond, or however you want to put it, not get to have part in the giveaway. Because you guys did the work. You went and watched the videos. You jumped through hoops for that digital gift card. You surely did. That was an awful lot to ask in a giveaway, but y'all did it. You were troopers. I'm so proud of us. But yeah, and then people that are in the United States, I'm sorry it can't be more balanced, guys that aren't in the United States, but we just have a lot more options for the yarn things over here. So there will be more Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I think I've named all the ones that I can think of right now. But anyway, so but yeah, so one of us will give a digital gift card to one person, the other one will give a digital gift card to the other person. And as soon as I do the drawing on the 28th after 6 p.m., I will get off there. I will take the 2 winners. I won't do that on film because we got to go check all the videos you guys said that you went to watch. We have to check for the comments. But after we determine that everybody did what they said they were supposed to, then I'll do a video and announce it, who are the winners and which one of us are going to give the gift card. And it'll be fun. It'll be something different. We'll see how that works. I would really much rather share my yarn, but this is a way you can get your own yarn. And if you wait for a pretty good sale, depending on which gift card you get, you could double your money, or triple it, depending on if they got some good clearance or something. You could do damage, and those cards are good for, I think, as long as there's money on them. But I had to jump through hoops. I kept looking where could it, and I would be like, oh, I would type in what cards can you give internationally, and it would bring up all these different kind of cards. But then when you click it, only valid in the U.S. I'm like, come on. I typed in the correct parameters. But anyway, so Amazon was the only one I could find, and even that, if I do an Amazon card, I have to go to, I can't just buy it on our Amazon. I have to go to Amazon UK, say, if I'm going to give it to somebody in the UK. And so I was like, and then if I get in there, am I going to be able to get the digital card? So we will see. It'll be a process. It might take a little bit, but we'll figure it out. And if I have to last resort, I could just bite the bullet and mail the yarn, mail some yarn out. But I will make good on my giveaway promise for sure. You won't be disappointed. And if I have too much trouble, then from now on I'll just do it, in the U.S. But I'm gonna try my best, you guys. I don't want to leave anybody out. I hate that. I hate the thought of that. Especially considering when all my viewers, they're not all in the United States. I'd be doing a gift giveaway that nobody could participate in. well, a majority couldn't participate in. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to think of my next giveaway, which I'm already thinking about it. I've got ideas. I'll share them after we see what kind of trouble we gotta go through to get this one done. But I don't want to make any trouble for Crafting Kitty at all. I'm gonna figure it out, and then she'll just have to do what she said she would. The her part of the gift card. So, so I'll do all the hassle because the whole point was a present, not a not a headache. Do not want to do that. And short videos have been pretty good. I've been catching every single one every time it pops up, the best of that I can. I may have to put it off for a couple of hours, but uh, see, I'm wearing a black shirt. As soon as this changed colors, you guys will be probably more happy. I bet the majority of you have clicked out. I'm just basically doing a bunch of talking. But anyway, I really like this colors. My grandmother, the green color on here, that's my grandmother's favorite color. And this is like, I know it says macaroon, but they're like peacock colors to me. I would say peacock. And so that's what it reminds me of. And she could wear it to church. My aunt told me that the last one I made, which if you get into my YouTube channel and you look on that strip that goes across the top of the channel, you'll see a shawl in there. That's Grandma's shawl. um, that's the one she's currently wearing, keeping herself warm. And so she'll have another one. So that makes me happy. So yeah, lots of things I've got ideas for, but like I said, I'm trying to get some of these whips knocked out. This was one of them, so I'm not wasting my time. I'm a little behind on it. Oh, and then I found the yarn for the stocking that I was doing, so I really need to finish that one too, because that's coming up. Oh, and then my stepmom's birthday is November the 2nd. But I have a lot of things made already, so I can always pull from that where I don't have to stress too much. But yeah, I like to do a spa basket and throw a couple things in with it that are crocheted, like washcloths or candles. And I get this soap, which one of these days I need to do a soap review. Oh, I also have this cocoa recipe review, and you could do it either way. You could do it with sugar if you're a sugar person, but I do it with what's called erythritol, which sounds like a chemical, and maybe it is a natural chemical, but it's a natural sweetener, and it doesn't affect your blood sugar at all, and it doesn't give you that awful um, urge to run to the bathroom like some artificial sweeteners do. Um, they have a laxative effect. So, so I really, sorry, I'm trying to pay attention too. I really like this cocoa mix. What it is just it's an cocoa recipe that I got offline that I adapted, and so it's so much changed from the original that I don't even have to worry about copyright or anything anymore. But if you go online and you type in keto cocoa, you'll find a bunch of different. There was a bunch of different ones that I saw, but mine, I I use Special Dark Hershey Special Dark cocoa powder, I get it at the grocery. I don't know if you can get it everywhere, but it's called Hershey's Special Dark. Regular cocoa has a different ribbon on the front. This one has like a red ribbon, and it says Special Dark. It kind of looks like the Special Dark candy bar wrapper, but you know. Anyway, it's cocoa powder. It doesn't have any sweetener in it. It's just chocolate powder, but it's Special Dark, so it makes a richer cocoa. And then you can use powdered milk, but I use Coffee Mate powdered creamer because it makes it creamier, and I just like the flavor better. It helps everything mix really well too. And then you could use whatever you wanted to. You could use coconut powdered creamer, almond milk powdered creamer. There's all different kinds of creamer powder you could put in there. But and then you do a dash of salt. It depends on how big of the container that you're making. And like I said, I use the erythritol, the cocoa, a dash of salt. And then I use a fork, but you could use a whisk as long as you didn't do it very fast. But I just mix and mix and mix until you can tell that it's all really good and mixed up, where there's not lumps of cocoa powder or lumps of creamer. And then I just put it in a Ziploc plastic storage container and just use a measuring scoop and measure out. I think mine's a tablespoon measure. You just measure out like 2 tablespoons or 3, depending on how. That's the nice thing about it, because it's not in different packages where you only use that amount and it may be too much for some people or not enough for others. It's just, and then you throw your marshmallows in there. And they even have sugar-free marshmallows. They're a little bit more expensive, but you can get those. And you could also, I just use regular because I figure you're not getting any sugar in the cocoa at all. So 2 marshmallows is not going to ruin your day. And sometimes I don't use it at all if I don't want the marshmallows or the sugar, you know. But anyway, you could also layer that in like those peanut jars that I was saving for a snowman. You can make a snowman, paint his face and stuff on, and then you could see the layers of cocoa inside that with marshmallows in between layers, you know, tie a ribbon around his neck or whatever. But now I have to get more peanuts because my husband thought they were just trash and he threw them away. I was saving those. I'm going to wring his neck. This is not evidence if something happens to my husband. No, I am very much jesting. He just thought he was throwing away some garbage. He thought I just hadn't done it yet. You know, I was like, it's not Christmas yet. I was saving it. But, yeah, you could do that. But I might do that for a gift. But I kind of like mine all mixed up and ready to go, you know, so I don't have to worry about it or think about it. Especially in the late night where you just want a cup of cocoa and you don't want to try to hunt for all the ingredients. So I might do one where I mix that, but just based on my description, you could. The dimensions for it, it just really depends on how much chocolate you want and how much. So you would probably have your milk product, whatever it would be, the dry milk ingredient, 2 to 1 cup of the cocoa powder, basically. And then you add and subtract till you get, you know, if you want more milky creamer, or if you want it to be richer, darker, more intense, you could throw some hot pepper powder in there if you want it Mexican. Or cinnamon. They like cinnamon too, so cinnamon and hot pepper. But I do like hot pepper in my cocoa. I know it sounds weird. I do like it, but I don't always put that in there. But something else I kind of like in it, which is going to probably weird you all out, is ginger. I like the little bit of heat it gets, and I really like ginger. Ginger is my favorite. So sometimes I'll throw some ginger in mine. You could put, you could crush up candy canes really, really well and mix that in there. I mean, you could toffee. You can put whatever you want in it. That's the beauty of it, and it would make an awesome gift for somebody, and really cheap, because really around that time of the year you have much of those spices and baking goods in your house if you bake. Some of you may not, but if you do, um, and you eat the peanuts, so you have the empty peanut jar, a really special artisanal gift, and you paid very little for it. I love those things. All day I'll stand in line, for something like that. It is not the amount of money you spend on a gift. It's not even the gift, it's the thought that somebody thought enough about you at that time to do something for you. That that is really, really special. Sometimes just the getting together, coming over, you had an extra loaf of bread and you come over and shared. The sharing is awesome. But it's really awesome to get cocoa too. But I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be about the money around the holidays. That's what gets some people depressed, and there's no need for that. I mean, people used to take popcorn and berries and string them up and hang them around for decoration. Um, they used candles, which they already had for lights, although that's dangerous now, so I don't recommend it. But I mean, they baked breads. I read a Little House on the Prairie book when I was a kid. The the show on television, which some of y'all may not know, Little House on the Prairie, but to us older people, it was a really good story about a pioneer family. The push westward or whatever, and so I used to watch that on TV. But I also had the books, and there was this one part in it. The reason the thought brought me up is they would get the maple syrup and they would cook it on the stove, and they would take the snow and they would pack it really tightly in a bowl or whatever it was they had. My memories aren't super good. I just remember this part. And they would take that, and after they would cook it for a certain amount of time, I don't know the directions, but I'm sure you could look it up. And then they would make shapes and stuff on the snow, and the candy would harden up, and there would be little maple candies for the kids. And, just the family getting together and doing stuff like that, and the kids would get candies. And then I remember they would bake potatoes so that when they were going home, because you're going home in these big Conestoga wagons, you're going to your property, which may be 10, 15 miles down the road, because they had large farmlands, at the time, and your family may have traveled all that way. So they had baked potatoes, and they would put them inside the gloves. I'm assuming they let them cool down a little bit because, very, very hot. But anyway, and they would put them inside their gloves, and then the kids would have a baked potato later, just simple things like that. Everybody getting together and canning tomatoes or hot peppers. Our family does hot peppers. All the women getting together and doing stuff like that. That is the kind of traditions and stuff. Making paper decorations, paper stars and paper angels and doves, and just some simple things you can do. You don't have to spend a lot of money. If you go to the Dollar Tree and you got some cheap yarn, which I've seen some of their yarn, and it is not bad at all. The cotton's pretty good for the washcloths. The regular, I mean, they don't give you a ton in one of those things, but it's not that much. You could get 3 or 4, make a hat or whatever, a scarf. Amigurumi toy for a kid with a little bit of that yarn, make it fun. Ours is a homemade Christmas this year. I'm sticking to it. I don't know if everybody else is, but and if I do anything, it'll be Dollar Tree finds, like candles and spa stuff, you can find some good stuff if you really look, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. And like I said, you could just bake some cornbread and wrap it in some cellophane with a little bow and take it to your neighbor, or make some cookies and take a plate of cookies to the neighbor kids or whatever, if their parents give you permission. But try to do something fun that's not stressful this year. I mean, we all need it. We all need it right now. I think the thing that we're in the shortest supply for in this world right now is joy bombs. We need more joy bombs. I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying bomb so many times in my video. Anyway, yeah, find a way and challenge yourself and try not to spend hardly nothing to do it. And you'll get more satisfaction out of that than buying somebody a video game or a movie, or have movie nights at home. My son, I did not buy this television. I just usually just only have use for my tablet anyway, to look up tutorials for crochet or whatever, but my son wanted something big to play his video games on, and so we got us one a couple years ago, and it was like a quarter of the size of this one, and then that wasn't big enough, so we got this one. But it's so big, we can rent a movie, there's free ones too, so that's even cheaper if you find a free one. My favorite one for around this time of year is The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. It has Don Knotts in it, and I just love Don Knotts. And but anyway, it's funny, it's clean, and it's fun around this time of year. But anyway, and then we'll just pop some popcorn in the microwave, and it's like we're at the movie theater, and we didn't pay $40 to get in and $40 for the food that were, $80 trip to the movie theater. That's almost groceries for the week. Yeah, I keep my spending low. I plan my meals out and do it the best I can, the healthiest way I can, but with as little money I do coupons and stuff like that, to the best of my ability. But anyway, have you a family game night? I'm sure a lot of people in the world now all have gaming systems in their house. If you don't have that and you have the actual board games, then use those, but just have a family game night. We do it with the digital game, but they're regular games like bowling and mahjong and mastermind. I don't know if anybody knows the game Mastermind, but it's where you guess these colors. Somebody will put the colors in the actual board game. Somebody will put a row of colors, and they'll either be all the same color or they'll be mixed up colors, and they'll be in a certain order, and you have so many guesses till you either you don't solve it or you do solve it and you win. But the key is to guess it sooner rather than at the end of your guesses. But anyway, that's kind of fun. But anyway, this digital game thing he bought the game, and it had like a ton of games on it. So we play darts and bowling and just you name it, just fun family game night. Find ways, do your camping out in your yard, and just be careful because everything's so dry right now. You don't want to start any campfires, but you don't have to have a campfire to have fun. But if you are in an area where you can have a campfire and roast some marshmallows or do something, make it special. The problem with our kids today is they don't know how to entertain themselves without video games. Or now mine's fully grown and he had plenty of time to get the memo. So he can, he'll read a book or whatever. He's going through college and he's a man. He's already 25 and he's going to be an English teacher. So very proud of him. But yeah, when he was younger, he always had something to do. But nowadays, say like the power went out today, these kids would just be in a fit. We used to tell stories. I think I may have told you guys, but we would have the flashlight and we would take turn telling stories. And then sometimes the power would come on in the middle of that, and then we would be, we would still want to do it. So, turn the light back off and tell the stories. But I mean, it was just a different world. Anyway, so yeah, do something fall, like make your own popcorn mix, like I think they call it a monster mix, with M&Ms and popcorn and nuts and pretzels, and have yourself a game night or a movie night. Goodness, or like a cookie night where the kids get to do the bacon and you get to do all the worrying and the mess cleanup afterwards. I mean, you could teach them. Just something different. Be a little joy bomb. Well, oh my gosh, it's almost been an hour. Well, you guys, I haven't got very far on it while you guys are sitting there, but it's going, and I'm going to work on it some more and get it to my grandma hopefully in a day or so, because I'm late. I hope she forgives me. Yeah, I might do a candy video, so those of y'all that are diabetic might not want to watch it, but to show you guys what candy we're going to give out to the kids, that might be a video coming up. And I might do the cocoa thing on television, on the YouTube channel. And yeah, I've got ideas, but I'm definitely going to be working on that the stocking with the granny squares. So yeah, those are some things that I've been working with, and I already know what I'm going to do for the next giveaway. I just don't know how I'm going to go about it just yet. But that's coming, so more fun, hopefully more midnight crochet and chats, and I might have a live one. I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm thinking on it. I don't want to promise anything, because you know how that works for me. I do not want to break my promises. All right. And if any of y'all have seen Hocus Pocus 2, do not tell me anything, because I have not watched it yet. My son wants to watch it on, the 31st or whatever. And so I haven't watched it, and I know a lot of my friends have. Don't spoil it. Bye, everybody. As always, if you get a chance, get out there, spread your joy. And if you only have just but a fleeting second as you're walking past somebody, give them a big smile, because you never know what they're going through. They might have the weight of the world on their shoulders and think they're just all alone, and then you give them a big smile and show them you care. It does mean the world of difference. You might not think so, and you may never know, but you may, have saved somebody. So if you can't do anything else, give them your smile. I will read a scripture. So if you guys aren't into scriptures, just feel free to click out now. We will see you in the next video. And everybody that stayed, pretty much all of y'all already know, but if you're brand new, I read scriptures from my scripture box, and there's a saying on the front and a scripture on the back, and I like to do that. So if you'd like to hear it, stick around for the next few seconds. Now let me make sure that this is, I am not sure. I want to make sure that I've done it right, and I don't want to skip anyone's. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to put this one in the back because it says one that, oh yeah, it is one. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just, that name didn't look familiar. It is actually, if you say all the chapters, there's, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John, or Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. There's a little song. But I couldn't place Jude. For some reason, it looked weird, but it's 3 Johns, Jude, and Revelation. Okay, Jude is in there. I know y'all probably think I'm crazy. But okay, so I thought maybe I got a wonky set of cards. I feel so stupid. But anyway, at least I admit it. It says, you fill my heart with happiness and joy. And all of y'all really do that for me. I could just get a great joy out of conversing with you guys through the chat. And, you guys have just given me a world of wonderful joy that I didn't have previously. I mean, I had joy, but you guys have added to it. And so for that, I'm truly grateful. It says, you fill my heart with happiness and joy. And the scripture, it's on the back, it says, I pray that God will greatly bless you with kindness, peace, and love. Jude 2, which is in the Bible. I pray for you guys every day, and every time I remember to do it. And I do pray that, and I will reread that to you. I pray that God will greatly bless you with kindness, peace, and love. And remember to spread kindness back once you receive it. Keep it going. Spread kindness, love, and peace to others, and just let that wave of kindness, love, and peace just keep going. Just don't break it. I've read a couple instances of members of our own community, for some reason or another, want to spread bad feelings, and for whatever reason it is, it's never a good reason. So you guys just share the love, share the joy, share the peace. And if we all do that in our own corner, it's going to spread out into other people's corners, and it's just going to be awesome. And it can happen. If enough people get together, they can do miraculous, awesome things. So just keep that in mind. I really do appreciate all of y'all, especially all of y'all that stayed till the end and watched my videos, and we're just about on an hour, 58 minutes. So those of y'all that did, your superstars, and thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.